One hit back. So we lose one, they lose one. Okay, so back to the Japanese. We got 1 out of 3. Hit. 2 at 2s. 1 hit. So we killed both the Chinese. Now the Chinese roll back 2 at 2s. No hits. So, amazingly, the same outcome has happened 3 times in a row. So we are left with that. And that concludes my combat moves. Let me just go ahead and... Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the non-combats that we know of, because I'm waiting on the British player to get back to me about C-Zone 39. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have 2 transports in C-Zone 37 that have not moved. They're going to pick up the 2 artillery and 1 infantry from Malaya. Yes, they're going to pick up the 2 artillery and 1 infantry from Malaya. Move 1 to C-Zone 36. Pick up the 1 infantry in French Indochina. 1, 2. Total of 3 movement, because they started on a naval base that was friendly. They're going to drop all 4 into Manchuria. Then the fighter from Kiangsi is going to move to Manchuria, and the fighter from Guangxi is going to move to Manchuria. Hunan, Anhui, Johor, Manchuria. That's going to happen. Then the 1 infantryman in Shan State is going to move to Yunnan. The tank and the artillery from French Indochina are going to move to Yunnan. And the 1 man in Hunan is going to move to Yunnan. The mechanized infantry in Chahar is going to move to Manchuria. And the AAA is going to move after we complete the battles. In other news, the 3 submarines off the C-Zone 6 are going to move to the Caroline Islands. There we go. So that'll give us a little bit more stuff. And when I get done with the combat, I will do the non-combat moves for the planes, and then that should finish the non-combat moves. Okay, so not the final non-combat moves. These 2 strategic bombers from C-Zone 39 moved 3 already, so they're going to go 38, Shan State, French Indochina, and land there. The 2 tactical bombers in Szechuan came from Guangxi, 1, 2, so they will move to Kweichow to Anhui. So the planes here in Szechuan moved from Guangxi, 1, 2. They can move 2 more because they start with 4. So 1 will go Kweichow to Hunan and land there. 1 will go Kweichow to Anhui and land there. The 2 planes in Shenxi came from Kiangxi, and they moved 1, 2, 3, so they each move 1. So 1 will move to Hopei, the other will move to land in Kweichow. And the tactical bomber in Suiyan came from Kiangxi. It went 1, 2, 3. So it will land in Chahar. And that, I believe, concludes the non-combat phase. So let's go ahead and place our buy, which is down here. So we're going to have 2 infantry and 1 artillery in French Indochina. We're going to have 2 infantry and 1 artillery in Japan itself. The submarine in Japan, and the naval base is going to go on the island of Hainan. Japan collecting IPCs. So let me go ahead and count all those up real quick, and I'll get back to you. Japan will be collecting 67 IPCs this turn. They get 23 for all of their originally controlled territories, because Russia has taken Korea. They then get an additional 9 for taking the Chinese provinces that they currently have, and they get a national objective for having at least, what is it, uh, 8 originally controlled Chinese territories, and I currently control 9. So I get an additional 4 IPCs from that. Then from the British holdings, I get an additional 11 because I have Kwangtung, Malaya, Borneo, and the Shan State. That gets me 11 in addition. So then there is the Dutch islands, which are 443, and I get an additional 5 IPCs for controlling all 4 of Sumatra, Java, Borneo, Celebes. And that takes me up to 67 IPCs if you include the Philippines and French Indochina, which we also have. So Japan is rolling in the dough. Woohoo!